All right. Well, you all saw this coming, I imagine. 3 years in a row now I've done this. If you didn't see those other videos, every year I like to rank the songs from Holofest. I did it for Third Fest and Fourth Fest, and it was pretty fun. I don't usually make tier lists. I mean, these are the only ones I've made, is these for Holofest. But I have fun doing it. It's a nice way to kind of review the show and just sort of talk about it. So we're going to go through it. It was a lot this year. I mean, that was the big change, is that we had 4 shows this year. There were the 3 stages, the 3 normal stages, and then the Honeyworks stage. Which, I mean, I guess there was the Deconina stage last year, so really they added an extra normal stage, which I thought was weird going in because there was only supposed to be one new performer because we lost Mel and Hachima wasn't scheduled to appear. We'll get to that later. And we were adding the 3 from ID3, so we picked up 3, lost 1, and 1 was sitting it out. So it was only +1 on the talents, but they added a whole other stage, which I thought was kind of... oh, sorry. Still got this cough I'm recovering from. But, I thought that was kind of weird going in. But I think it worked out pretty well. The shows didn't feel shorter. I think because they had the additional stage, and they weren't trying to cramp everything into, just 2 shows, I feel like they were maybe able to do smaller groups and more group songs. I don't know. I forget how long last year's shows were, but it didn't feel like a step backwards in terms of length, really. They felt about right. And I don't know. It was also, just to talk about the show in general before we get to the ranking, it was quite the venue they had there. That was like a huge stadium with multiple stages, which was kind of crazy and took some getting used to. It was pretty cool just seeing how jam-packed that was with people all there to enjoy Hololive. And there being 4 different stages, I think, or was it just 3? I don't really know. But I have to wonder how that worked for the people who were there. Were you constantly having to turn your head? Because they didn't have the same girls on all the stages, from what I could tell. Because I mean that would of course break immersion if Fubuki was in multiple places at the same time. So I don't really know how it worked for the people who were actually watching it there. It's kind of interesting, but I mean it's cool to just see the size of that venue and just to see that crowd. The crowd had a great energy to it. Visually, the show, I think, was a step up from last year. Last year, there were some parts that kind of... like the MC parts, I think, they had a different look to them from the performances. So it kind of... Another thing that could break immersion. But everything looked seamless in the show. And... or these shows, I should say. So yeah, a lot of good things to say about the show on a production level. And... it was great, honestly. Just to spoil it, I think this is the best fest so far, just in terms of consistency. You'll note when I do my tier list that I have the same tiers as before, but I don't think I'm going to really use these bottom 2 very much. I think everyone here was pretty much excellent. So this is going to be a rather top-heavy top-heavy tier list, you'll start to notice, and I'm fine with that. That just shows that everyone brought something good to the table, and it's just what I want from Fest. I want everyone to shine. I want it to be a moment for everyone in Hololive to be able to have their moment, to capture the moment, so to speak. Yeah. Anyway, let's just go ahead before I embarrass myself further, get started. We're going in order. We started with Our Bright Parade, which was kind of a nice treat, because it kind of cements that this song is not just the song for last year. This is now a new song to be incorporated into the Hololive songbook to just be a standard. And I note that the Myth Girls also sang it the other day, so that just further proves that this is now a song that's going to be coming back, and I like that because it's a really good song. Yeah, the performance was good. It was a nice one to kick us off on. I have this listed as an A+, but I think I'm actually going to give it an S, just thinking back on it, and just after saying what I just did. I think that this is... most of the bottom two tiers, I think, are mostly going to be the big idol group songs that I've heard a million times before, but I haven't heard Our Bright Parade a million times before. So I think it deserves a step up from that. It was kind of weird, though. I mean, as said, it took me some time to kind of understand what was going on with the multiple stages. And in this song, I definitely didn't understand my first time watching it. Like, it was like, why are there different girls all of a sudden? Like, where are the other ones? It was just like cuts, and I didn't really... my brain didn't connect with the pans over and all that until later. So it was kind of a weird thing. And I do kind of miss seeing all the girls on the same stage. Like, I think that there's something kind of special about that, like, visually, just seeing everyone all together on a single stage with, like, the multiple layers like they did in previous years. But still, I think that this was a good moment, and I like this song, and I'm glad that it was back. And, yeah, I'll put it in the S tier for now. Then Maureen came out, and she did her Bishoujo Muzai Pirates song, which is a very good song. I like it a lot. And it was a great performance. I don't really... she did the dance, she sang it well, and it was just all around excellent. And I think it's enough for an S+, because, I mean, Maureen's awesome, and this was just really good. Matsuri did Virtual Love, which is a very good song for her. Performance was good. It gets an S. I don't really recall. It had a good energy, and I think she involved the crowd a bit, from what I remember. I'm thinking back. Yeah, I remember her kind of hyping up the crowd, and it was a good moment for her. I think one of her better Fest performances. Noelle is our first SS rank performance. She did Gyudon Carnival, and it was just flat out adorable. I know, and to reiterate, I know I've said this in previous years, this list is of course going to be informed by my personal biases with Hololive and with just music in general. That's going to help decide where I land certain songs. And, yeah, I have a weakness for Noelle. I really do. I think she's, her design is probably the most attractive in Hololive to me. And when she does something really cute, like this song, it's just going to really, really have an effect. And I think in this case it definitely did. It was just adorable. Like, her expressions throughout. She was very emotive. I think it just, even ignoring my biases, I think it was just a really, really strong performance from Noelle. She had a lot of great energy, and it was just infectious and cute, and a great moment for the show. Then we had something interesting happen. Kanata and Maureen did the first group song of the day, and it was a mashup, a sort of medley of their songs. The Kanata's, I forget the name of it, the Wanderer, something Wanderer, and Ahoy. And it was a nice little mashup of them. Kind of something cool, something different. I don't think they've done that really before in Fest, have like song mashups. I put it S+. Like, I mean, it is special, it is a cool thing, but it is songs we've heard before. And I feel like maybe the end part where they were going back and forth between the songs was maybe a little bit clunky. Like, it could have been a bit smoother. I kind of feel like that was a bit of the point with how they were, like, I don't know, snapping at each other maybe a little bit with, like, the body language. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, obviously, with it being in Japanese, there's probably stuff lost in translation. But just in terms of how it sounded, I don't know. But it's still an S+, because, I mean, it was still a really cool thing that they did. and something different, and I gotta respect that. Choco did Euphoria, which I give an S. It's a song that I wasn't that fond of when I first heard it. I reacted to it just before Fest. I mean, it came out just before Fest, and I did a reaction, and it's good. I think I felt it was a little bit slow. I think I said even that it sounded kind of like a graduation song. But I think on stage, actually, seeing her sing it, put the emotion in, I think that helped the song shine through a bit. I felt it, and it was kind of nice to see Choco just sing something so soft and more sincere, maybe. I don't know. Like, she's always the demon that she is, and doing, like, sort of more sexy or seductive stuff, or just something with a little bit of edge, but this was something just nice and nice and earnest, and just I don't know, I can't really think of a good adjective for it, but just a pleasant song, and I think it's worth an S. Risu then came out with Sing Out, and this was an easy SS. I mean, some of the best vocals, period, for Fest, I think. I mean, she was a standout vocalist. I mean, she's always a standout vocalist. But this was one of her best vocals. I mean, I don't know if it really topped her first performance at Third Fest with Alice and You, but I think it came close at the very least. Just stellar vocals, and it really brought that song to life. And just a definite highlight of the show. Eofi then came out with Starduster, and this one was kind of low-key, but it had a very good atmosphere to it. So I give it an S+. I think she sounded really nice on a very sweet vocal, and I liked the lighting for it. I think that there were lots of good lighting effects going on through this, with like the star effect across the arena, and the lighting really fit the mood, and it fit with Eofi's voice, and it really, I think, just created a moment for her that was, I think, very special. Then we had another group song, and it was very interesting. Some of the groups this year were kind of a bit unexpected. Like, like, I don't know how they... I mean, usually they kind of make sense. They're kind of members who interact. But for some of the groups this year, it kind of feels like we hit some sort of shuffle button. Because I don't know how you come up with Noelle, Koyori, and Gura. Like, those three don't seem to go together. But here they were. They did a song called Smile Survey... Smile Survey Team's Theme. And I was not familiar with the song. It was a cover. So was Eofi's song, by the way. It was not an original. It was a song called Starduster that I'd never heard before. But yeah, I hadn't heard this group song either. And it was fun. It was like a cute thing. And I like seeing Gura. I mean, there were very fast parts to it, so seeing Gura keep up with it was kind of nice. Overall, though, I think there were better songs. So I'm going to put it in the S tier. Like, I mean, that's still saying that I think it was excellent, and it was a lot of fun. But there was definitely stuff that I liked more, including Gura's, these are out of order, Gura's solo song of the day. Yeah, she did a cover, because, I mean, obviously, her second original still isn't out, so of course she doesn't have a third one or anything else new. And I guess she's not going to sing the song that she did at Connect the World again. So she brought out a cover, and it's a song called Wave, and it was like a kind of, I don't know, kind of a electronic sort of, I don't even know how you would describe it, but it felt really good for Gura. She did some very cute dancing, and I think I put it at S+. Her vocals were good, but it was less about the vocals for me. I think it was definitely a lot about the dancing. The dancing was very cute. Just some very Gura moves in there, and I really appreciated the performance overall. She was adorable, and the song had a good beat to it, and it was just nice. And then we had Kiara. Kiara, well, I was very curious going in to see what Kiara would do, because obviously between 4th Fest and 5th Fest, she put out a full album of music, and it was a good album. And yeah, there were a lot of good songs in it, a lot of stuff that would have been interesting for Fez, because she covered a lot of different styles for that album, and there were a lot of really nice songs. But for 5th Fest, Kiara decided to not use any of that. She decided to skip over her first full-length album entirely, and instead perform a song that none of us had ever heard before. A completely new original titled Chimera. And it was awesome. It is probably my favorite Kiara original. Like, I love the sound of it. It's got a nice edginess to it, which I love. And Kiara's dancing was incredible. It really suited the song. It really brought a lot out of the song. And I'm just going to say it. It was my favorite song of the night. It is our one SS Plus. To remind everyone, I do one SS Plus for each stage. There's only going to be one. And that was Kiara for this show. For the stage one, Kiara was my pick of the show. She was the top performance. Because she brought a new song, because it was so good, because she had those dance moves, just everything was really, really good, and I loved it, and it's the most memorable performance of stage one for me. Botan came out with Be The One, which was a cover. A bit surprising because she did have originals that she could have done. And this one, it wasn't really a standout to me in a lot of ways, but I still really respect it. So I'm still going to put it at an S, not lower. And I respect it a lot mostly because her vocals were really good. I think this was one of the better vocals from Botan that I've heard. Like, there was a lot of really good notes in there. I kind of like the song too. I'd never heard it before, as with most of these songs being covered. But yeah, very good vocals from Botan, and it was a nice moment. Like some, I don't really remember too much else other than that I moved it to S from A+, because while reviewing it, her vocals impressed me. So yeah. That's all I gotta say there. Then we had a group song with Aki and Choco, which is a good pair, a nice sensual pair. They did a song called Satsuki ga Tenkomori, and it had a really nice groove to it, and the two of them brought out the dance moves, some very Aki dance moves, which is good when you have Choco in the picture. Just Choco doing the hip motions. There's something really nice in that I appreciate. And they sounded great. The song was great for them. And it created a really, really nice moment. And this is another S+ for me. I've heard Smiley's story so many times that I don't really get anything out of it anymore. It's good. I like it. I don't skip it when I watch the show again. When I replay it, I still listen to this. It's a good song. It's always been a good song. But I'm not really getting anything out of seeing it performed again, so it's going an A. Then we had Aki. And Aki kind of frustrated me a little bit. And if you watched the show, you know why. She sang Chalice again. And if you don't know, Aki has sang Chalice at every single fest other than last year. Last year she finally did a different song, but this year she went back to Chalice. I get that it's an important song to her, and it's Yeah, definitely probably her biggest, best known song, but I don't like that she's so stuck on it. I want to see her do different things. It was good to see her do something different last year. That said, this is probably her best performance of it. I mean, she did the same thing that she's done before, where she starts with it a cappella and just letting her voice carry and fill the venue, and it was glorious. And then the music kicks in, it swells all perfectly, and her dancing, of course, is on point. Everything is good, everything is great. I think the visual effects really worked for it this time. There were like all the lamps or whatever coming at you on that screen back there. I don't know. It really was nice. I liked it. I didn't want to like it because it was the same thing that we've gotten so many times now. But, I mean, I don't want her to be a one-trick pony, but it is a very nice trick when she comes out and sings this song. I just want her to do more. So, even though it was good, and if this is the first fest you've been to and the first time you've seen her do this, you might actually put it higher. I'm going to put it at S. I actually was going to put it at A+, but I mean, it's really good. She's really good. I feel bad doing that. So I'm not, even though in principle I probably should. Corone came on then with a cover. I mean, she usually does covers for Fest, I've noticed. She doesn't really perform her originals for whatever reason, even though they're always pretty good. She did a song called Maka na Chikai, and it was like a rock song with, like, I think some fiery background. I forget exactly. But, she was really pumping everyone, lots of fist pumps. And, of course, she brought back the flip. She did not do 3. I think she only did 1, actually. But it was like a hands-free one, so it was kind of more impressive in a way. I was glad to see that. She had that's a tradition. She cannot escape it. She's got to keep flipping. We all expect it now, and she did it, and it was glorious. I don't think this song was as memorable or great as her performance last year, but it was still really good. She still pumped everyone up and delivered a great, strong vocal, and it was super cute. Everything you want from a Corone performance, so I'm going to put it at S+. Then we had Raine, who did Sip Some Tea, which is probably my favorite original she's had so far. I really like Sip Some Tea, and I think she did a great performance of it. The dancing was good, her vocal was strong. The visuals seemed to fit. I think she had like some sort of peacock pattern in the back, or something. And, overall, I think Raine was really good this year, so I'm also putting her in S+. Then we had another group song, and it was a very strong group. It was Raine, Ina, Risu, and Bae. And when you put those 4 together, you're going to get magic, and this was definitely magic. This was an SS easy. The song was really cool. It had a cool, groove to it, kind of like, I think there was a lot of casino imagery on the screen in the back. And Bae, I think she sort of took charge, and she was great. She had a very natural charisma to her on the stage that really draws attention to her, and she delivered strong vocals, and so did the other 3. And Ina was really cute, and Risu and Raine, they were great. Just overall, really, really liked that performance. And then Bae came back for her solo, a cover of a song called Gales of Song. Again, she also dropped an album and ignored it completely for this fest. Interesting. Although that was recent, so maybe Zodiac wasn't finished in time. I don't know. But, she did this song called Gales of Song, and it wasn't... The performance didn't really feel like a pop idol performance so much as an interpretive dance performance where she was also singing pretty good. Like, it was definitely more about the dancing than the singing. Like, it opened with her. I think there was like a minute before she even sang a note. Like, there was just a lot of dancing, a lot of very dramatic, emotional dancing, and it was great. Like, she is definitely one of, if not the best dancer in Hololive. I think I can say that definitively. I mean, there are some other really good dancers like Yara and Plus and some other ones who escape me right now, but she really, really, really went for it with the dancing. And of course, I mean, this is a performance that people are going to talk about. Very memorable, very good. The vocals, when she did sing, were excellent. It was a very emotive, emotional song, and definitely not a pop song. I mean, it very, very theatrical, I would say, and she did it pretty, pretty aptly, I would say. Very, very good stuff. Then, yeah, we had Chloe, and Chloe decided to drop the first medley of this fest, something that other members will also decide to do as we go along. We had a Chloe medley with 3 of her songs. One of them was a song that she did last year. The other 2 were new that she's never done at a fest before, including her Migi Hitari Kimi Kimi whatever, which is a very fun song. I forget the name of the other one, but it's also a good song. And it was good. I think Chloe, a medley was probably a good call for Chloe, because she does have a lot of songs. She's compared to other members of Holofest, I feel she's a bit more prolific. She puts music out at a somewhat faster rate, and she's got a lot of songs that we want to hear. And I think she was able to touch on a good number here, and yeah, she did them all very well, and sounded great, and was really cute, and I like Chloe a lot, so I'm going to put her at S+. Then we had another duet here with Korone and Botan, and they did Sunny Day Song, which was nice. It was actually a cover that I was familiar with, because this is, of course, a Love Life song. And they were super cute. Like, I don't know, Korone just makes everything cute, and her pairing with a different cat girl this time than usual. Like, again, I don't really think of Korone and Botan as a pairing usually at all. Like, I mean, I'm sure they know each other and are friends, but not really a team-up in Hololive that I would regularly consider. But they came together for this Love Life song. It was really cute. Their harmonies were very nice, very sweet. Their voices actually go very well together, which is fun to learn. And yeah, I think maybe it's just the Love Live nostalgia, but this also is an S+ for me. Then we had Koyori, and Koyori did Tear Gazer, one of her newer originals, and it was good. I think it's another S, because it was very solid. I think I like her other recent original a little better. I forget though. This one's good. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing super memorable about it either. Saying that, I remember her dancing now. I remember her dancing being very cute. I think that was the best part of it. The part that maybe saved it from A+, for me, was that her dancing for the song was just consistently really cute. Lots of nice movement in there, and yeah, that really, I think, helped sell the song for me. Then we had Ina, and she decided to sing her new original for the second time ever. This is the original that she debuted during her birthday concert that came out way after her birthday, I think back in December or something. It was recent. Back during that, she debuted a new song called, oh god, what is it? Mekonopsis? I don't know what that even is. Like, Ina. Very weird word. Seems like a very Ina word. Whatever it means. But I really like the song. This song, I loved it when she did it back during the birthday show, and I love it now still. I can't wait for the actual version to pop up someday and go on Spotify and whatever, so I can just listen to it whenever I want to, because it's a very good song. The lyrics suit her very well. She sang it beautifully, and it was just a well put together performance for Ina. So I'm going to put this at S+ as well. I think it's definitely a very good moment, and definitely a song that has not worn out its welcome yet. This being only the second time I've heard it. Next, we had Kanata with her choice for the show, which was Knock It Out. She also had a full album drop recently, so she definitely had some choices that she could have made. I think there were other songs that I preferred on her album, but this is a good one. I mean, it's a poppier Kanata, and I think she performed it very well. There were some great vocals in there that I remember, because I think that I had this at an S, but then there were some notes that I heard that made me decide, nah, this deserves S+ as well. Some good vocals, some just a lot of energy, and it was a great performance. And I do like that song. I mean, there's ones that I like more, but it's still a very good song from Kanata. Then, yeah, we had Matsuri and Iofi with a song called Telecaster B-Boy, which is a very interesting name for a song. I don't really know what, Telecaster B-Boy. Like, those words don't even really seem to go together for me. But the song was nice. It was a very fun song. These two brought a great energy to it. And I put it at S+. In the moment, I'm not really remembering too much about it, but I trust the me of earlier who put it there. I think, I remember. I'm trying to remember how it sounded. But I think it had a good energy. I think it was a up-tempo song. And they were cute. I don't know. It's a lot of songs. It's hard to remember everything. But I'm not going to lower my rating just because I don't remember. It was good. I'm sure it was great. Then we had Kiara and Chloe, and they were also S+, Wildcard. This was an English language song, which was really cool because, of course, that meant Chloe had to sing in English, and she did it very well. Her English voice is pretty cute. And the song was cool. It had a nice, edgy sound to it. I think it's another Kira song. Kiara seems to love singing Kira songs, and Kira seems to love Kiara singing his songs, seeing as he does a lot of songs for her. It was a great combination. I love Kiara and Chloe, and the song was a lot of fun. So there's that. And then we ended, of course, with Capture the Moment. I'm going to put this at A+, because, I mean, it's the new song, so not quite Shiny Smiley Story, but, I mean, we hear it 3 times, and it's the end of the show, and it's basically just a sign-off. There's not really much to be gleaned. I mean, it's still kind of fun, because you get to see the t-shirt thing. The t-shirt thing's always a fun trick, where they come out wearing the t-shirts. But compared to the solo songs, I mean, Fest is definitely much more about the solo songs for me, and the group songs, the duets, the trios, whatever, than it is about these big idol numbers. Though I do like Capture the Moment as a song, and I did appreciate that. I did appreciate it, hearing it during the show. Moving on, we have another big idol song, and that is Prism Melody. And I also put this at A+. And that's mostly because... it was going at A because I actually think of the opening songs, it's probably the weakest. I prefer Kirameki Rider a little bit, even though I've heard it more. But Stage 2 is probably weighted with the best, for me personally. It's got the best lineup of idols. Like, I think Stage 2 has the most of my favorites, because it's got, of course, my Oshi, Callie, and it has Louie, it has Watame, it has a lot of ones that I really care about. Crony, Iris, and it was also the one where we got to see the new girls, the ones who are new to Fest, the ID Gen 3. They were all on stage 2. So yeah, we got to see new talents incorporated into the Idol fold, and I think that made Prism Melody on stage 2 a bit more special compared to some of the other ones. Although I'm still rating it lower than Our Bright Parade just because I like that song more. So I don't know. Anyway, moving on, we actually started with Sora, which was a bit of a surprise. I would think usually you would build up to Sora, but she let us off. Though I guess we kind of did a similar thing with starting with Marine, and on day 3, Lemmy. I guess I don't know if I would really put her in the same level as Marine and Sora, who are two of the faces of Hololive. But yeah, point is, would not have expected Sora to go first. But she came out, and it was a good performance. I was a little bit disappointed because before the show, I reacted to one of her songs. I think it was Star, Star, Start. Or was it Start, Start, Star? One of those two. I don't know. But I really liked that song. I was really taken with it. And I was hoping that was the song that she would do at Fez. Instead, it was a song that I had never heard before. Because I still haven't heard all of Sora's originals or Ozki's. I still need to take that dive. But they have a lot of them. So that's gonna be a bit of work. But I should be able to get to it now. I feel like I'm going at a better pace now. I've gotten past a lot of the burnout that I was suffering with for a while. So I think I should actually this year be able to make my Sora and Oski videos. So yeah. But yeah, this was a good Sora song. I think she is always just a consummate performer and just makes really good idol moments. So I think her being Sora, she deserves S+, even though it wasn't the song that I wanted. If it was, it probably would have been higher, because I really like that song. But yeah, S+ is good. Who does get double S is Kobo. Kobo was really, really good. This was my first Fest performance. I mean, it's everyone's first Fest performance from Kobo, because it's the first one she's ever done. She came out, and I was reminded of last year seeing Ollie for the first time. Just, here is someone who is meant to be doing this. Someone who just has a very natural charisma to her, and just draws you in to her performance. Just has the perfect energy to do this, to be an idol, and to just be on that stage. And the song that she picked, which, again, I was not familiar with, it was a cover, which, I mean, another one who has a ton of originals that she's been putting out, which a number of I really love. Like, I love that video call one. Would love to see her do that. But she picked a song that was really good. It was Happy End Princess. And it was freaking adorable. And her dancing was perfect. Her singing was really cute. And it was just a memorable, great moment in the show. And it was followed with an almost equally great moment from Nene, who also gets SS. Nene was super cute. Her song, which is my favorite original from Nene so far, it just has such an infectious energy to it. And seeing the crowd get super into it to the point that they were like dancing to the beat, that was a lot of fun. like not just getting hyped and waving their glow sticks, they were actually dancing to the music because it's just such a fun, danceable song. And yeah, I think this song really kind of made me love Nene in a way that I didn't before. Like, because Gen 5's been a gen where I've never really had a strong favorite. I mean, for the other gens, there's one who kind of stands a little bit above the others. Like, in Gen 1, it's Achima, obviously. Gen 2, Choco, probably. Gen 3, Marine. 4, well, Coco, but then when she left, Watame. And Gen 6, it's a toss-up where there it's a toss-up if I like Louis or Chloe more. I really, really love both of them. But Gen 5, I never really had a strong favorite. But I think I do now. I think Nene has kind of stolen that crown and has become my Gen 5 Oshi. Like, she is adorable, and she is such a good performer. And she proved that further with the song that followed, Mirai K Idol with Pekora. This was great. Not quite as great as her solo, so I'm putting it at S+. But it was just a very fun song. It had kind of a retro feel from what I remember. Like, it was like an Idol song, but it had kind of like a retro rock sound to it. And the two were like perfectly in sync, and it was just a very catchy song, very cool song. And the two of them were really cute, and it was a great performance. So yeah, easy S+ there. Then Polka came out. She did Envy Baby. It was an S. I mean, very a song that's kind of become like a standard in Hololive. I feel like definitely a song that I know well, and she did a very, very solid, very nice, very well sung, very well performed rendition of it. I think the thing I remember most is her dancing. Like, she did a lot of like showing off her legs, I feel like, which was interesting. I don't know, but yeah, it was good. Crony came out too, and she also did sort of a VTuber scene standard. I feel she did Fanza, which was an interesting choice, especially since it was a song that was already scheduled to be performed later in the fest at the Honeyworks show. But I put it at S+ because it's Crony singing Fanza. And there's a certain level of gap moe to that. Just Crony coming out with such a cute idol song. Just, I don't know. Her doing the dance, it was just very cute. Just seeing Crony be cute. There's something kind of special about that. So even though, I mean, it's kind of a similar story to Polka's song, just a song that I know really well already, nothing very new to me, but it being Crony doing this song, I think just kind of gave it a little bit of an edge over that, and yeah, I really liked it. Flare did Sky Sonar. It was very good. Another S+, I feel. Mostly on the back of her vocals. Sky Sonar isn't the most exciting original ever. It's a good one, though. I mean, it's a nice mid-tempo song. Pleasant and easy to listen to. But yeah, Flare, she had some nice vocals that definitely impressed me. And I think she put a lot of emotion into it. And I feel like she deserves an S+. I think, yeah, it was very, very good. Also at S+, because I give out a lot of those, is this song, which I do not know, but it seemed like the crowd... this song got quite a reaction out of the crowd. They seemed very pleased when this started up. So this must be something very popular. And it's a good song. I mean, it had a really cool sound to it, and it's Iris and Crony singing it, so of course I'm going to love it, because I love those two. Our two promise mates, they put out a very good performance. Just, I don't think it was too much exciting in terms of like the dancing, but it wasn't really that kind of song. It was a little bit mid-tempo from what I recall, but it had a nice sort of progression to it. It was interesting. But yeah, the vocals were really good, and I think that kind of helped seal it. That, and me just liking the talents involved a lot. Then we had Subaru, and Subaru came and she did another medley like Chloe. In Subaru's case, though, I don't think this was the best call, because Subaru is not a very prolific member. She tends to not really put out more than one song a year. So I kind of feel like she didn't really need to do a medley. We've heard her sing Pleiades before. We've heard her sing Starlight before. this was the year for her to just come out and sing Stellar Symphony. And I feel like it would have made for a better moment if she had done that. Because instead it felt like we wasted 2/3 of the performance on stuff that we've already seen before. So, that said, I'm still going to put her at S because everything was great. Like, I mean, she still sang Pleiades perfectly. She still sang Starlight perfectly. And I still love Starlight. Like, that was a standout last year. And she still really did it great. And when she did get to Stellar Symphony, that was great too. Like, it's got the right punch to it. I mean, it's a slower song than those other two, which is maybe why she didn't want to commit to it for the full performance. But I do kind of wish that she did. I feel like it was a missed opportunity there. Like, I feel like she could have built up to so much emotion with that song, and it could have just had a bit more punch, a bit more weight to it than throwing all these other songs in as well. So I don't know. I do just kind of wish that she didn't go the medley approach. I think I would have just preferred her to just sing Stellar Symphony. Louie came out and she did her Baka song. I'm gonna put it at S+. I actually was less impressed with this the first time I heard it. I think just because I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted Holohawk. I really like Holohawk. I really wanted the cute Louie to come out and flop around singing Holohawk. But instead we got the cool Louie doing her rock stuff. And I don't know, in the moment, first watching it, it wasn't what I wanted. Rewatching it, though, I appreciate it more. Like, her voice is great. She has that great rock voice, and she really puts her all into it. And it's suitably dramatic. The backgrounds are great. I think was there flames? I forget everyone who had the flames, but there might have been flames or some kind of pyrotechnics. But there was definitely a lot of like red and a lot of cool visuals on the screen behind her, and it was a good moment and definitely worth an S+. I wanted something else the first time I heard it. Luna kind of surprised me. You know what I was saying about Gatmoe before with Crony? Well, she kind of went the opposite direction. I mean, usually with Gatmoe, we think about like a cool talent doing something cute. But when a silly, cute talent takes on a song like Goddish, you kind of have the opposite effect. And and it's just as good. I mean, I did not know that I needed to hear Luna sing Goddish, but I guess I did, because it was a performance of this song that I know quite well that was unlike any that I've seen before. Because I associate this song with Bay's performance from a year ago, and with Laplace's cover, and with Narissa's cover, and yeah, I kind of think of this as kind of an edgier song, a tunier song, maybe even. But having talent like Luna come out and sing it, it's just kind of a bit different. And I appreciate different. I think this was kind of special. So I'm going to put this at S+ as well. Then we had the group song with ID3. This is their original, Save Our Hearts. And yeah, this is the one that I missed out on reacting to, because they actually haven't released this. I know that they sang it before at their showcase, apparently, which I did not watch. I watched Kyla. I watched her individual showcase. But I did not watch the group one. Because I'm a bad fan like that. But, so, yeah, I did miss out on reacting to this because there wasn't like a version on YouTube Music or Spotify or anywhere like that. They've not officially released this yet. They just if I would have reacted to it, it would have had to be the version they sang before at the showcase. So, yeah, I heard it for the first time during this show, and I like it. I think it's a very good song. I think it really showcases them as a unit, and they sound great together, great harmonies. The song has a nice progression to it. And overall, I think it was just another very, very good moment. So we got yet another S+. Remember what I said about it being top-heavy. This tier list definitely is that. Yeah. Where were we? We're with Shiny Smiley Story. Yeah, of course that goes there. Everything I said about the first performance, I mean, the second performance is just different girls. I mean, it's girls I like more, as I said before, because of stage 2. Has my favorite lineup, but, yeah, still, everything, all the same things apply. Then we had Iroha. She did Kazuo Aogishi Rayona, her new song. And it's a song that I really like. I prefer it to Iroha's stuff. The performance wasn't really that spectacular to me, though, so I'm going to put it at S. It was still very good, very solid, and I do like the song, so it's not an A+ by any means. But, yeah, I just liked other stuff more, and that's really all there is to say about it. I don't think I have more thoughts about that one. Sorry. Zeta, she did a cover. I mean, she did put out an original, but like all the ID girls seem to be doing covers. Except for one, we'll get to later. But, yeah, most of them, and I guess Risu didn't either. Yeah, all of ID went the cover route, which is interesting. But Zeta chose a song that was very, very cute. It's called Baby You, and yeah, her dancing I think really sold it. She had very sweet vocals, very. They suited the song and they suited her cute dancing. Just everything about this performance was just super cute, like just aggressively so. So this is an S+ just for the cuteness factor. Like she was freaking adorable, and it was a strong first Fest performance from Zeta. Pekora came out. She also did a cover, which, again, kind of surprising because she also dropped an album. And, yeah, she did kind of a slower song, a ballady song, which she did have some of those on her album, so I don't know why she chose a cover. It was called Kata Omoi, and I liked it. I wouldn't say I was thrilled with it. This is another S. Like it being Pekora, I think. I don't know. I think it just felt like an odd fit for Pekora. Like my image of Pekora is definitely for songs that aren't like this. And I mean, I like that she's doing something different, and I think she did it well. I mean, obviously, I put it at S still, but yeah, there was just other stuff that I liked more. Again. So yeah, then we have Luna and Louie. They did a song called Oni Kyoken. And this, this is like a cool song. It was like a rocky song. I was trying to remember. Yeah, Louie seemed very suited to it. Luna kind of was in contrast to the song a bit, but that kind of the contrast between them, I think, kind of sold it. It made it a nice moment. They sounded pretty good together, actually, surprisingly. I mean, they're very distinctive voices, but they came together well. Luna was cute. Louie was really cool, and it was a good duo performance and another S+. Iris did a song. She did cover, because, I mean, since Project Hope stopped, there haven't really been a whole lot of Iris originals coming. So I guess she decided, rather than going back in her catalog, to just cover something. And it was a song called Sing My Pleasure. And, of course, it being Iris, the vocal was really, really strong. And it's another S+. I love Iris. and it was good. There have been better Iris performances, but I still love me some Iris. Her voice was amazing, and I think just on the back of her voice, really, I gotta put it at S+. Then we had this. Something unexpected happened. Someone whose name wasn't listed on the ticket that I bought, who wasn't supposed to be there, who had not performed at an Idol show in a year, and who had been hospitalized for a good chunk of last year, to the point where I was actually seriously worried about her for a while. She decided to kind of crash the show. Hachima appeared on that stage. The crowd went wild. She started singing a song that has quickly become a standard, a song that lots of people sing at karaoke and have put at covers, Idol. And she crushed it. She was so good. I mean, it was such a special moment just with her being there. But, I mean, she picked the perfect song. She did it so well. Her voice sounded great. Her dancing, her just presence. Like, I mean, it's because it's a complicated song. It has the different passages where it switches up and becomes a little less idly, a little more aggressive. And she navigated that so well. Every part of the song was just exceptional. And I know you're going to scream bias because, I mean, she is my favorite in JP. But with how good she was, plus how good her performance was. Wait, how good she was, plus how... With how good she was, plus her not even supposed to be there. It was just such a crazy moment that it actually ended up being my favorite moment of Stage 2. So she is our SS+. Yeah. Kyla then came out to follow that craziness of the unplanned Hachima, and gave her first Fest performance, and she's my ID Oshi, so we had JP and ID Oshis back to back, which is always kind of a treat. And actually, if we look at just it's JP ID and then Ian, because Callie's in the next one. So, yeah, you can see why this is my favorite stage, at least in terms of the lineup. But yeah, Kyla came out, and she sang a cover. It was not Backseat. I mean, I was kind of hoping to hear her just come out and belt Backseat, which is the song that kind of cemented her as my ID Oshi. But she chose a cuter song, a more idol-like song, I would say. Something called Hikaru Nara, and she was really cute. Like, again, kind of with Crony, I feel like there was a bit of Gatmo going on, just seeing her dance and smile and just be an idol up there. It was really nice. I like seeing this side of Kyla, and this is another easy S+ for me. Then we had Q with not Gura and Callie, but Watame and Callie. And this was interesting. It really went to serve that... It really served to show, I should say, that Watame can be an effective Gura replacement. Like, I never really thought about it before, but they both kind of have a natural softness to their tone when singing. Even when they get to, like, even when they're, cause they both also have strong voices. Like, I'd say Watame is a bit stronger than Gura, but Gura, I don't know, they're different voices, but they both have this softness to them that I think kind of makes it easy for Watame to sub in, and it to still sound really good. And I think this was a very solid performance of Q, and this is... I was a little bit disappointed because I was kind of hoping for a new team-up for Callie, like her with someone else. I mean, she's paired with Watame a lot, like back to Cloudy Sheep, and They've had their Reaper versus Sheep and all that. So this is nothing new for Callie to pair with Watame. So I was kind of hoping for something new, a new combination with Callie, especially after we had like Gura with Noelle and Koyori at stage 1. But no, it's a tried and true combination, and it went well. And this was a good rendition of Kyo, and easily another S+. Callie then came out and did her solo song. So we had a double blast to Callie, and it was Overkill, because of course it was. That being her recent single that she put out a few weeks before the show. She crushed it. This was probably her best Fest performance so far. Easy SS. And I think the difference is just the performance aspect. I think she put more thought into the dancing and just embodying the song, and I think that just really added a lot of weight to it. She sounded good, but yeah, it was really all about the performance aspect and really just making it come alive of her body and her movements. And I think the visuals also helped. I think there was a lot of flames and a lot of pyrotechnics going off, and it was just really cool. It's a cool song, dude. Overkill's great. Great single from Callie. Mio came out. She did Night Loop from her new album, and I forgot how much I liked the song. Like, I listened to Night Walk recently, and Night Loop was, of course, one of the songs that I had heard prior, so it was not part of the group of songs that I listened to when I did the reaction to the album, so to speak. But I forgot how good Night Loop was. Yeah, it's a great song. She performed it very well. This is another S+. Just some strong stuff from Mio. Probably my favorite performance from her since Second Fest, where she was one of the standouts for me. Yeah, back in Second Fest, which was the first fest that I watched, I never actually, I wasn't a fan yet when First Fest happened. So Second Fest was where it started with me. And Mio was one who I knew nothing about going in, because I was a fresh fan who was only really there to support Coco and Hachima. Yeah, Mio, when she came out, she did her song. I forget what song it even was. I don't know if it was Howling or something else. But her voice really impressed me back then. And this was another really, really good Fest performance from Mio. Watame then came out, and it's another one where I was a little bit disappointed, because, I mean, her swing song is so good, and I think it's her most popular song that she's put out recently. It definitely exploded for her, and it's just such an infectious, catchy song, and I really wanted to see her do that at Fest. I wanted to see that up-tempo, swinging, just that Watame. Instead, she did Fins, which isn't what I wanted, but it was still good. I mean, her voice was great. The song had a lot of emotion to it. It had a lot of punch. It had a lot of there was a lot of impact there, and I think it actually helped me appreciate the song more. I was never really that taken with Fins, truth be told. As Watame songs go, it was a little bit slow for me, but I think watching her sing it on the stage, I saw a little bit more there, and I really liked what I saw. So this is another S+. Then we had a group song. It was Pre-Parade with Subaru, Mio, and Polka. And I put this at S+. I'm kind of trying to remember it right now. It's another one where I'll trust myself that it was really good. But yeah, I kind of remember Subaru. There was a lot of it was another energetic song, I think, and the three sounded good together. I don't know. when I was reviewing the show, I really liked it, but I can't really remember too much about it right now. Then we had Sora, Flare, and Iroha come out with Sekai, and I also put this at S+, but again, I don't really remember too much about the specifics of it. I mean, it was Sora, so of course it's going to be good. Yeah. I wish I had more to say about it, but apparently I liked it because it's marked as an S+ on my list. So there we go. Capture the Moment. This also goes A+ because it's all the same things apply to the Day 1 one. I like the t-shirt thing, all that. Then before stage 3, we have the Honeyworks stage, which took place between them as our third show. And that started with Fanza, which is not just these three. It was also who was there that isn't here? Well, there's someone who was on the studio version that isn't there. So this, I just cropped this. I mean, I wanted all these pictures to be the same size, so not everyone's. Yeah. But Flare. Flare was also. Flare with these three. And Mel was on the studio track, but obviously she's not going to be there now. And because of that, I don't know. I'm not going to knock the song because of that. I am going to put it at S, though. Because it was just kind of like, I mean, Fanza, I like Fanza, but I kind of prefer Crony's version. I mean, that had the Gatmo aspect. This was just cute. It was a nice taste setter for the Honeyworks show, I think. But nothing to get too excited about. It just kind of set the stage, and I think it did that well enough. And would have been better with Mel, but I guess we don't get that anymore. Anyway, Korone came out. She did the first original of the night, and it was her song Kawaii Kochek. And I believe it's a song about looking for cute girls. Well, there was definitely a cute girl on the stage because Korone was adorable, as she always is. And she sang very cutely. Her dance was cute, lots of tail wagging. It was everything I could really want from Korone singing this song. I don't know. It was good. Next was Anya and Ollie singing Sis X Love, their cover from the album, and it was good. Another one where it's not really a standout. I think I also put this at S, because I don't know, it just didn't really have a lot of wow to me. Like, with Ollie, I kind of expected more, because she's a performer that I really respect her as a performer. I think she's really good. She has a natural charisma, and just always seems to know what she's doing on the stage, and it's not like she didn't hear. Like, her and Anya were both good, but just there was less to get excited about with this one than I feel like in other Ollie performances. This was also an S to me. Okayu and Luna. I don't know why that song, Idle 10 Rules, it's just not one of my favorites from the album. Like, I usually love Okayu, and I've really been warming to Luna as well. But this song just, there's something about it that doesn't really quite hit the right note with me. I'm not sure exactly. It was still good. They were cute together. Okayu's always adorable, and I mean, so is Luna. So I think it's still an S, but yeah, just not any higher. Nene, my new love. She came out, she did her cover, Doton Kyohi, and this was an S+. This was good. She was adorable. She was rather bouncy. Lots of jumping, and in her non-idol outfit, that seems to have an interesting effect. Which is something I remember. One of the most memorable parts of the performance somehow. Yeah, it was very good. It's a good song. She does it very well. And, great performance. Then we had the big group cover of Kawaii Kute Gomen. This was with Roboco Choco, Aki, Okayu, Marine LaPlus, Fauna, Reine, Nene, and Koyori. And it was interesting because this is one where we do see like a ton of idols all on the stage at the same time, but they're not wearing idol outfits, which is a bit odd. Like usually when you have that many on the stage, they're coordinated. Like if not in idol outfits, like at Summer Splash, I think they would all be wearing the bathing suits. But seeing them all in their standard outfits, that many all together, that was kind of interesting. And at first it was a bit jarring, but as the song went on, I kind of actually appreciated it. Because this is a very diverse cast. These girls in particular, like, they're not all one type of Holo member. They're all very different. I mean, you got, like, the more sensual ones like Choco. You got someone who's just pure cute like Nene. You got Fauna, who's got her whole different energy. You got LaPlus, the little cute one. You got it's just very different. Marine, Okayu, like it really felt like a sort of celebration of just different individual styles of cuteness. Because, I mean, it's a song about being cute. It's, sorry, I'm cute or whatever. And, I think this was a very well arranged version. Actually seeing them, I mean, it sounded great even when I didn't see them on the version that was released on the Hololive channel. But actually seeing them perform it, it really, I think, helped me appreciate it even more. The arrangement, and I really liked it, so I think that this is an SS for me. And that's our first from this stage, from the Honeyworks stage. Then Ayame came out, she did her song, Utage Doku Danzyo. Another S. This song is one that, again, as the originals on the album go, this one, I don't think it really resonated with me as much as some of the others. Ayame was good, though. She had a good energy, and her dance was good, and she sounded pretty good, so it's still an S, but I liked other stuff more. Muna came out, and she did her cover, Kessin Spirito, and this was another SS. This was really, really good. I mean, Muna is an exceptional performer. She commands the stage. She has just such presence to her, and her movements always carry such weight. She's also really cute in parts. And there was a lot of crowd interaction, which I always like as well. I think that was very well handled. And the song's great. One of my favorites on the cover album, if I recall. It was just definitely a moment for Muna. And an overall really strong performance. Gura came out. She did her song, Tokyo Wabi Sabi Lullaby, or whatever it is. And this teetered on the edge of SS to me, but I think I still put it in the end at S+. Just because, I don't know, it lacks that final bit of wow, but it's such a good song. This is one of the strongest songs on the album. but it's also kind of a laid back, chill sort of sound to it. So I think that maybe hinders it from being like as like much of a moment maybe as some other songs. But Gura did it very well. Her voice sounded beautiful, and she was adorable, and it was everything I could want from her performing this song. So still a strong S plus that teeters on the edge of double S. Subaru and Kanata then came out. They did their song, their cover, Tokyo Summer Session. And this was also S plus. Though I think in this case it kind of teetered on the edge between S and S plus as opposed to the other way around. I forget what exactly it was that pushed it over the edge for me. But there was some part, I think towards the end, maybe a note that Kanata hit that that impressed me. Or something, I forget exactly, but it sounded really good. There was some part of it that I really liked, and that made me put it in S plus. And yeah, just overall great stuff. Bei did her song Paku Paku Seibai, which really was a gift from Honeyworks. I mean, they gave Bei this song perfectly suited to her, this kind of aggressive sounding song that just fits with her swagger and ethos, and she really leaned into it, and it was great. I'm putting this at S plus 2 though, but only just because of the standards I hold Bei to. Like, she's such an impeccable performer, and like her solo performances in particular, and especially, are always so good. And I think that this was just a step below what we could usually expect from her, maybe. And it was still excellent, and probably a lot better than some of the other stuff in S. So maybe it does belong up here. I don't know, but just some part of me is holding it back, because I think, like, I just think of other Bei moments, and that are usually, there's just a little bit more there than this one. Still very good. Like, her dancing was great, her singing was great, and she is a great performer. What doesn't get held back from SS is this. This was a very cute performance from Kiara and Kobo. They were perfectly in sync, and it was just adorable, which I like, because Kiara doesn't usually go for cute in Fest. Like, usually she picks a song that's cool or sexy kind of, or just has a little bit of edge to it. Like, she never brought what's that one song, Heart Challenger. She never brought that to a Fest, and I never would really expect her to bring a song like that to the Fest. So you don't usually get like cutesy Kiara performing at Fest, but this was a cute song, and she got to do it with Kobo. That mother-daughter combination, and it was great. And another song with a lot of crowd interaction, if I recall. And just great energy to it, some cute dance moves, some nice harmonies, I think. Just overall, a very, very strong moment from the show. And one of my favorite performances of the Honeyworks stage. Next we had Miko. And yeah, we had Kiara doing cute. Miko decided to do cool. Well, I mean, it's the song that she got on the album, so it's what we were getting. But it's definitely a change for Miko. She doesn't usually do like these cool sounding rock songs. But she did it quite aptly, I would say. She sounded really good. It was cool to get this kind of energy from Miko. It's just a different sort of Miko than what I'm used to. And yeah, I really liked it. So I think this is another S+. Shion, she did her song, what was the name of that? Ryazio Bokumetu Movement, which is a fun, catchy song. Um, I put it as, I feel like, I mean, watching the music video for the song, it's a song with a lot of sass, a lot of personality, and I feel like some of that was missing in the performance. Like it still sounded good, her voice was good, and like there was nothing really wrong with it per se, but I felt like it was missing at least some of that personality from the music video, which is why it's a step lower than some of these performances, even though there was nothing really bad about it at all. It was very good. Yeah, we're definitely splitting hairs, if you can't tell, with this show. Like, everyone was great, so we're separating degrees of greatness. And speaking of great, Polka and Botan, they were pretty great as well. Another one where I think I had it at S for a while, but something that they did brought it up to an S+. I think they did some cute dancing towards the end, maybe that really just sort of captured my heart. And just brought it up a level. But regardless, it's a good performance. It's a good song that they have, and yeah, I think there was some sort of dancing in there, some sort of movement that really made me smile. And yeah, Ozuki, Mio, and Lamy, they did their Senpai song, and that also was an S+. I think that was mostly about the vocals, is what brought that to S+. I think there was some great harmony vocals, and also just some great, like, back and forth, and just sort of nice progressions to it. I mean, I really like that one on the album as well. I thought it was a standout, and I think they did it justice in the live. So yeah, easy S+. And yeah, Bridal Dream, that's SS territory, just because it's such a good song. Like, I don't think Pekora and Marine really had to do too much when they're given just such a good song to start with. But I mean, they did the performance. They did it perfectly. Like, they sounded great together. It was super cute. It was nicely Tay-Tay. And yeah, it was just everything I could want from those two singing one of the best songs on the Honeyworks album. Yeah. Then we had the Hololive song. This is an S for me. I just, in terms of Hololive group songs, I feel like Outsider Plan is good, but it's just not as much fun as some of their other group songs. I feel like there's a bit more just personality interwoven in some of the other ones. It still sounds good. They always sound good together. But, yeah, it's an S. What's a bit higher is Towa and Watame's cover, Inokori Sensei, which was one of my favorite songs on the covers album. And yeah, the live performance did not disappoint it. This is another SS easily. Again, another one with great crowd interaction. It really worked the crowd, and it was a lot of fun. And I just love the song. Like, I don't know, something about it. The it's got the I don't know. That whole progression is really catchy, and it's just it's a good song. It's definitely the kind of thing to get in my head. And they sound great. I mean, you have Towa and Watame, two of the best voices in Hololive. I mean, there are a lot of great voices in Hololive, but Towa and Watame are just excellent. So, and together especially, because they're jam mates, and that just makes it all the more special. Yeah, great stuff. We had Seishun Archive then, and this is one where it's kind of like these ones where I'm ranking low, because it's kind of just a Hololive song, because this was the song for Splash Party. But it's kind of like Our Bright Parade, where it hasn't worn its welcome out as much. It's a newer song still. So I'm not going to rank it that low, and it's also a good song. Yeah, I think I'll put this at S as well, just like Our Bright Parade. What I really liked in this is I liked seeing how they grouped it. They had different girls on different stages, because again we had the 4-stage situation going on, and we had Sora flanked by Gura and Muna, and I think that image stuck with me a lot in that, because that's like, in a lot of ways, the faces of the 3 different branches of Hololive, to some degree, and yeah, just seeing that combination, I think that just stuck with me and really helped this one stand out and make it memorable. I don't know, just something powerful in that. And speaking of powerful, you may have noticed that I haven't picked an S plus for the Honeyworks show yet. And that's because it happened pretty late in the show, and it happened now with Sora. You might have thought it would be Suisei, but you were mistaken. And I don't know if people will really agree with this pick, or think that there was all that much special about Sora and her performance, but for some reason it really stuck out to me. Like, there was just something impassioned about her singing this song, just something that made it seem very real to her, like, just like she seemed to be living in the song, and like just the way she delivered it, it had like more, like, I don't know, just there was a different energy to it, just something that I can't even really describe that well, but it just sort of made it a more powerful moment. Like, I don't know, Sora is, as said, just a consummate performer, just a idol in every regard. And this is kind of maybe her the best that I've seen her. I don't know. Maybe it's weird. Like, tell me, you guys, if you think that that's an odd pick for best song of the night. But just for some reason, it really stuck out to me. I think Sora, she really did a good job with that song, and I really, really liked it. Suisei was also really good. I think she was kind of engineered to be like the big song with her being the closer. It was kind of similar to the Deconina stage with Planetarium, that song. Like, that was obviously engineered to be like this wow moment. And I feel like the same thing was true of her song this time around. I don't think it quite reached the same heights as Sora for me, or even some of the others. It's an S plus. I do like the song, and I do like the visuals. They went with some very beautiful stuff, like they had some sort of light effect going on or something. It might not have even been lights. It might have been something that they actually released in the arena, like some kind of bubbles or something. I don't know, but there was something floating in the sky, and it was pretty. And she sounded beautiful. Of course, her vocals are top notch. I don't know if the song's my favorite, though. That might be just what holds it back, is just that this song, like in terms of the melody or the progression or something, is not one that really sticks with me, even though it's got the Suisei vocals all over it, and they paired it with such nice stuff in terms of production. I don't know, it just wasn't the wow moment that maybe they were going for, but it was still really good. Still, I definitely appreciated it a whole lot. Moving on to stage 3, we have Kirameki Rider, and this is another A, because unlike Prism Melody, there wasn't really too much to make it stand out. We didn't have the new girls like that, and stage 3... yeah, it's probably actually... I don't know if it's the weakest. It's hard to say. Like, because there are girls I really like on all three stages. But yeah, Kirameki Rider is also a song that's been around forever, that I've heard forever, as long as I've been into Hololive. Kind of like Shiny Smiley Story, so I feel like it just belongs in the same tier. Moving on, we have Lammy, who did her song Lammy Love Fest, which was fun. And something different for Lemmy. I mean, I have so much historically just associated Lemmy with mid-tempo music that I think last year I was surprised during her group song when she did like a more up-tempo dance. So seeing her come back with an actual up-tempo original and performing it was a lot of fun. It was very cute. And it kind of showed her range as well. I mean, Lemmy Lovefest, it has some switch-ups in there that definitely highlight everything Lemmy can do as an idol. And yeah, definitely an easy S+. I think I was suitably impressed by her performance. And speaking of kind of separating from my expectations of a performer, we have Ozki. Ozki, our dignified diva, she came out and she pranced around the stage and acted like a cat. And this is exactly what I wanted. Truth be told, that in the lead up to this, I reacted to 2 Ozki songs, because I've been reacting to the recent stuff just in case. I mean, most recent songs are the most likely to happen at Fest, so even though I haven't done a full Ozki dive yet, I figured I'd react to her most recent songs. And of the 2 I reacted, I kind of expected that she would perform the other one, her GeoGuessr theme song. But no, she did the Silly Cat song. And I'm all there for it. Like, this is what I actually prefer, because it is just such a different thing from Ozki. Like, this is just not the Ozki I expect to see, her just being silly and making cat sounds. That said, it's also just a really catchy, fun song. Omega Cat, I gotta love it. And it's easily an S+. Yeah, very, very fun song from Ozki. Ollie came out. She did a song called Song of the Dead, which is a cover. Though it's very, with that name, it's obviously very suited to Ollie. And it was very suited to Ollie. Like, every aspect of the song seems like it was tailor-made to our zombie idol. It had the edginess, it had the... it's hard to really just... I mean, it was an interesting song, too. There was a lot going on. Like... It had a kind of catchy chorus, and it was kind of in your face for parts of it. I don't really know where it came from, but definitely a very good fit for Ollie, and she did it perfectly. And I think this is our first SS of this stage, because Ollie was excellent. Then we had Mugen Daisuke. This is Fubuki and Miko, and I remember this just being super, super cute. Like, they were just aggressively cute. It was kind of a bit of a repetitive song, but not in a necessarily bad way, because it was just all so cute. Like, definite maximum cuteness there. Yeah. And that's really how it gets its S+. I mean, they sounded good. Dancing was cute too, but I mean, dancing is part of the cuteness. But cuteness is the success of the song. Cuteness is also the success of Ame, who got an S+ as well. She was really cute. She did Sugar's song to Bitter Step, which is a song that I think pops up a fair bit in karaoke for the Ian girls. I don't know where it came from exactly, but it's a song I've definitely heard others sing before, maybe even Ame sing before. And she did it really well. Her dance moves were super cute, and for part of it, she just kind of ran around the stage, like just kind of, I don't even know what she was doing, but it was fun. It was cute. So, and very Ame. And I love Ame, so yeah, S+. Mume then came out, and she sang Mume. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Mume, really. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but it didn't really do as much for me as some other people I know. But I really, really liked this live version of it. For some reason, it brought something new out of the song for me. I mean, maybe it's because it had a cleaner vocal. That could be a big part of it. I preferred the clean vocal on it. And maybe it's just seeing Mume do it, that brought new emotions out of it. But regardless, I really, really loved Mume's rendition of Mume here. It just, I felt it. And I think it, helped me appreciate the song more. And it was a moment. It was an SS song, and it was great. And we had a bit of a short streak here, because this was also SS. Laplace brought out her original Ihan Jihan, which was another song where I think when I heard it the first time, I wasn't maybe that excited by it. I mean, it wasn't bad. I think I still liked it, but I wasn't thrilled either. But Laplace really put her all into the performance. I think in her case, the clear difference is the dancing. This is one where I could really just appreciate Laplace's dancing. I think unlike last year, it wasn't too provocative. It was still kind of in-your-face, aggressive dance style. But last year it felt almost kind of inappropriate with her model being so childlike. But this year, rather than feeling wrong, it just felt cute. It was like a very talented child in a talent show or something. Just, you have to awe as she does her cool dancing. It really helped make the song pop, I feel, and just brought more out of it. Just a very memorable performance from a very talented performer. And we had Hatsukoi Cider with Ayame, Lamy, and Anya. I apologize with the group songs. I struggle sometimes to remember them, and this is another one where I put it at S+, so obviously I liked it. I can't in the moment really recall too much about it, but it was evidently good. Sorry. I don't know. But, it's an S+, apparently. Then Anya came out, and I really liked the song that she picked. It had a really cool sound to it. She sounded amazing. Her voice was probably the best I've heard her. I just really liked the way the song sounded, and Anya, the way she sounded on the song, really suited it. I think it was very, very suited to her voice, and it just led to another standout moment for me. So this is another SS. I don't know this song, Fake Human Number 40. Great title, by the way. But I think Anya was made to sing that song, whatever it is, because it was great. Speaking of great, I have a weakness for Muna singing Who's Toxic It's You. I love that song. Ever since the first time I heard it, it's been one of my favorites. Just the punk pop edginess. I love every moment of it. And Muna, she did it well. She did the song justice. I mean, it's her song, and she performed it, and it was every bit as good as I wanted it to be. So, SS. Toa, she did Sty, special thank you, and it was S+. I mean, this is not my favorite Toa song. I think that's probably why it isn't higher. Toa is such a good performer. Her voice, I love her voice. She can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. So that it's S+ and not S, I think is still something, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Sty. I think their songs on Aster I like more. But still very impressive vocal, which is why it's S+ and not S. Sora Eero Days. I like this song, but it's another song where I feel like I've heard it maybe one too many times. It's maybe too obvious a pick, so that's probably why I put it at S. This was with Mume, Shion, and Ame. I do have to wonder if there just were not that many songs that Mume and Ame were prepared to sing for their group song. That's why they went to an old standard, a song that has been big in the Western anime fandom for a long time. The Gurren Lagann theme song. And it's a good song. I do like it, but yeah, I've kind of heard it maybe a little bit too much. But I like all three performers, which is why it's S and not down here with the idol group songs. Which, yeah, this also A for Shiny Smiley Story 3. All the same things apply there. So yeah, Shion, she came out Cinderella Magic, and it was S+. I think this is definitely my preferred Shion performance compared to her Honeyworks song. Yeah, she just... I think this one had a bit more personality, and yeah, she sounded good. Her dancing was cute, and I like this song. I like Cinderella Magic. I think it's a very good original for Shion. Shion has a lot of great originals, and I think that this is actually one of her more successful Fest performances. I feel like she got more out of this one. Yeah, I think it was very good. Speaking of very good, Okayu came out, and much like Ozki, pranced around and acted like a cat. But that's to be expected from Okayu. Yeah, it was excellent. I love Neko Kabarina. It's such a catchy song. It's so cute. Okayu, I love her as a performer just overall. Like, she can do no wrong, I feel. And this was another standout. Just a very, very fun. I think that's really the takeaway from Okayu's performance. It was just fun. Like, everything about it was fun. And, yeah, that's what solidifies it as SS. Aqua, we'll give her S+. She did Let Me Be Your Sayoshi, which is one of my preferred Aqua songs, I feel. I think I kind of wanted her to do her recent one, the Aim Girl one. I like that one a lot, too. But this is the one that Honeyworks wrote for her, so I guess kind of on theme with the whole Honeyworks show happening. Yeah, it's a catchy song. It's good. She did it very well. Well sung, and the dancing was cute. Just a very good Aqua performance. I liked it. We had Roboco, Aqua, and Fauna come out with a song called Bon Appetit S. And it was good. I think I'll put it at S, fittingly, I guess. Just one that I feel like there was, compared to other group songs, maybe a little bit less memorable, though, again, I'm kind of struggling to remember some of these group performances that I put at S+, so maybe that's not the case. I don't know. This is all arbitrary anyway. Like, I'm sure you realize that if you're this deep in this video. But, yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a cute song. It had some fun moments in there, but nothing that really stuck with me too much, I would say. Roboco's solo song, Boku ga Shino to Omoto no wa, it was a cover, and because she hasn't really had an original in a while, I don't think. I mean, her last thing she did was just do a music video for Azumina, so makes sense she did a cover, I suppose. It was really good, though. Like, I think the song she chose really suited her. It showcased a lot of different aspects of her voice, like her natural raspiness, but also some smoother notes as well, like when it soared. And I think it was just a very good full showcase of Roboco's voice, which I really like. I really love Roboco's singing voice. Yeah. Fauna then did a song called Odd Taxi, which is an odd name for a song. Yeah, it was kind of an odd song too. It was sort of jazzy, but with like sort of the verses were kind of like rapped a little bit, but with a nice sung chorus. And I think overall it really just kind of suited Fauna pretty well. Like the vibe of it, just, I don't know, it kind of fit with Fauna's vibe, and it made for a very nice performance. I kind of feel like Fauna doing a bit of a rap thing is actually good for her, because I mean, she's improved a lot in terms of her singing, but she's always been a case where her spoken voice was maybe a bit more pleasant than her singing. So her doing kind of a soft rap like that is kind of nice. I don't know. It really worked for me. I think this was another inspired song choice from Fauna, and that's what put it at S+ for me. Then we had Ayame, who I believe, like Kiara, this was a completely new song that no one had heard before, right? It was called Melting. I looked it up and I couldn't find anything about the song from before Fest, so I think this was another new debut song. Unlike Kiara's Kimura, though, I didn't find it that interesting. Like, Ayame, she still sang it well. Like, I'm not gonna... At this point, it's pretty obviously I'm not gonna put any solo performances in A+, and I'm not gonna put Ayame there either. But I will put her at S just because the song, it was a slower kind of ballady song, and there wasn't really too much to distinguish it, I felt. So I don't know. Just wasn't really that exciting, but it was still very competent, very well sung, and nice moment. Then we had Muna and Okayu, which is quite the combination, two talents I really love. And this song, Gimme Gimme, was really sexy. Like, I don't know, these two. They're both very capable of sexiness, and they kind of leaned into it there, and it's kind of, look at them, they're already together, and then I put their song together right next to them. Huh. But yeah, you really loved their Gimme Gimme performance. It was just, the song had a cool vibe to it, and yeah, just that bit of seductiveness, and like Muna had like a teasing attitude going on a little bit, it felt like, and I don't know, it just really, really worked for me. Fubuki did Letter, which is a song that I really liked when I reacted to the music video, that it actually made me emotional. I feel like her live performance didn't quite have the same impact, which is why I put this at S. It was still really good, don't get me wrong. Like, she sang it well, but I don't know, I just didn't feel it as much as when I watched the music video. So maybe that's an arbitrary reason to rank it a little bit lower, but it is what it is. Miko, I'm also going to put at S. I think, I mean, I like our trio, okay. If you wanted to do a slow song, I guess. I mean, I'm glad she did that instead of Sakura Kaze again. I wanted the Kyun Kyun song, though. I really did. So another one where my opinion is probably weighted by something that I would have preferred. But, yeah, it was still a good performance. I mean, she sounded good. It was cute. It's not really a cute song, but I mean, anything Miko does is going to be cute, because she's just inherently cute. Yeah, good stuff. Suisse, I'm going to put it S+. She did another medley like Chloe and Subaru. I feel like with her, I mean, it's a good decision, better decision than with Subaru, because I mean, she has so many songs. She's a very prolific artist in Hololive, and I don't think she had actually performed any of the ones that were in the medley before, so it was all new stuff. So I really can't get mad at her for making this decision to split her time on multiple songs. Unfortunately, there is also the reality that when you do split the time on multiple songs, there's a likelihood that I'm just going to like one of those songs a lot more, which is kind of the case with the songs that were in the medley. I really, really prefer Wee Wee Woo to the other two songs that were included. So, I mean, everything was good, but I kind of preferred the first third of Suisei's performance to the other two thirds. And that's just how it is. So that's why this isn't higher than S+, even though Suisei and her vocals, of course, were amazing. We then had Toa, Ollie, and Laplace, and when you have that combination, it's obviously going to lead to amazing things. They sang Red Dogs, it was an SS easily. Toa, I think her vocals were star, but it was supplemented by the effortless charisma of both Laplace and Ollie as performers. They really, like, the three of them together were just so good. Like, it was just, they picked a nice edgy song because, of course, they each have their own little bit of edginess. Obviously, I don't know what Laplace even is. I mean, I guess she's a demon. But Toa is a devil. Ollie is a zombie. So yeah, these three, they all have that inherent sort of darkness, and I think Red Dogs was a good choice for them. And definitely a huge moment. And you may have noticed that there are only two songs left, and one of them is Capture the Moment, which obviously is going here. But I hadn't picked an SS+, and that is because it is indeed this, the last non-Capture the Moment song that was at Fest. And, The Last Frontier, I think 2 years ago, 2 years ago, there was some disappointment for me that Suisei and Ozki were on the same stage, and they both did not have their group song until late in the show. But then they did not do anything together, and it was not The Last Frontier, even though I had just heard that and fallen in love with it and really, really was hoping that we would get it. But 2 years later, we finally have gotten it, and it was every bit as good as I wanted it to be. It was every bit the moment that I would have anticipated such a good song to be when performed by such excellent performers as Suisei and Ozki. I don't know. It's just a song that I really, really like. Like, ever since the first time I've heard it, it's one that's just stuck with me. I know it's not the most popular Hololive song. I think it kind of struggled to get to 1 million views. It took quite a while. But it's just one that really, really works for me. Like, I love how it soars, how it builds up. I love the harmonies, and then also the sort of parts where the vocals overlap and just sort of they're singing different things. Like, that's always really cool to me in a song when instead of just singing the same thing, they're kind of singing over each other these different things. And seeing it live, seeing the two of them actually sing it together, it was just a real treat. Like, this was everything I want from a performance. And it was special because it was the last, standard performance of the night and of the fest overall. And, it was my favorite of stage 3. And honestly, actually probably my favorite of the show overall. This is probably the order I would rank the 4 top picks, I think. I don't know. But, I loved this rendition of The Last Frontier. Those two are so good together. And, it was a great moment. I mean, I didn't quite pick up on the MC portion with Ozki and Suisei, their interaction there. but it seemed like some emotional stuff was being leaned down. I mean, they have a lot of history together. Yeah, that just makes it all the more sweeter, I think. I don't know. But it was the Standout, and yeah, this is my list. We're done. That was all 105 songs. These are our top 4. Suisei Naosuke, Kiara, Hachima, and Sora. Here's our SS's. A nice collection of highlights here. The S plus section is huge because like everyone was so good this year. S's not that many. I mean, it's still, yeah. And then it's only idol songs in the bottom 2 rows. So yeah, that's an interesting tier list, different from last year's. I feel like maybe a bit more balanced last year, but this year, yeah, they were just so consistent that there really were no solo or even standard group performances that I felt deserved an A+. Just everyone was so good. That we had like, yeah, just all S and up. Yeah. Well, that's enough for this probably. How long have this video been going? Oh, almost 2 hours. Well, that's to be expected. I mean, last year the video was, what was it? Oh, now you know I'm looking at. I forgot that this is the same window. Well, here we go. Yeah, the video from last year. Yeah, it was an hour 36 minutes, so we're 20 minutes longer. Yeah, I had fun doing this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. We'll probably do this again next year. And next year should be a lot of fun, because I mean, next year we'll probably be adding Advent and Regloss into the mix. So it'll probably be, 6 Fest will be huge. I mean, maybe only 5 stages. I hope not. Tickets were expensive. Like, I don't know. I can only put down so much money on on this stuff, but yeah. Until then, I mean, yeah, had fun with the tier list. You guys let me know what you thought of the show, where you disagree. I'm sure you guys all have your own opinions. I'm sure your lists are wildly different from mine. Because, I mean, we all, yeah, have our different tastes, our different favorites. So that's just how it goes. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. See you in the next one.